For my presentation for the scholarly educated person, I chose Stephen Hawking. He seems like a pretty important person in the world, and he changed how people see the universe and physics, and also how people can see medicine. His life started out pretty normal as he grew up with a supporting family in England, and he didn't seem to have any sort of signs of a medical ailment until he went to school. He first went to Oxford to study mathematics, but they didn't offer mathematics, and he wound up going for cosmology and physics. And he seemed to have a pretty boring life and a pretty standard life, as most people would seem to say. And then he started to be in a rowing team, which he started to realize that he was more clumsy and he was tripping over things more, and his life started to find a medical problem. He later on found that he could live with his results of what the doctors couldn't find, and although they told him that he didn't have very long to live, he was still going to live his life to the best anyways. He found a wife and he got married, and he's still together with her today, and she stood by his side through everything. After a while, after he finished graduation at Oxford, he went to Cambridge and he started being a professor and doing many lectures there. Throughout his time there, he ended up becoming on the board, and he's still an active part of the board there. Even though today he's having a lot of medical issues, he finds a way to make everything work with it. Going through everything that he has, he found out that he had ALS after a lot of years of doctors doing test results and trying to figure out what was going on with his body. And this is a quote that he said that seems pretty similar to his life. And even though that he has been a very smart person throughout his life, the idea of him being able to go through his life and having so many medical problems, he was still able to make such an impact on the universe and studying it. And he was able to change a lot of people's lives and how a lot of scientists can view the world. These are only 4 of his really well-known books. And the amazing thing about Stephen Hawking is that he was able to make the universe seem like something that a normal, college-educated person could understand. He would take all of the information that he found, like things about time, black holes, and even how things came to be, and he used them and transferred them into ways that everyone could understand. And it was an amazing feat for him because a lot of people didn't know that during this time he was having trouble even standing, walking, writing, even having trouble with his breathing and eating. But he was able to use the amazing intelligence that he has to transfer everything he knows into something that normal people and everyday life people can understand. And this is how it relates back to me. This is my Uncle George, and he also has ALS. He's had it for over 10 years, which only 10% or more people survive 3 to 5 years with it. And he's going on 12 to 13 years with ALS. Of all the uncles that I have, he's my favorite one, and he's a favorite in most of our family. Every single time we see him, he has a smile. And if most of the pictures you see of Stephen Hawking, it's the same thing. A lot of people take for granted that they can stand up, walk around, go eat, anything they want to, but people that have this ailment can't. And that's what amazes me so much about my uncle and also Stephen. They can walk around until they can't, and then when they have to be in a wheelchair, they're still the same person. They're still always smiling, and they're still grateful to be alive. And they always have a lot of support behind them. As Stephen Hawking had his wife and his family to always be there, and now he has pretty much the whole world who knows his name are standing behind him and the amazing feats that he has. This is the group that our family has for my uncle. We support him in everything that we can, and we're always there for the ALS walk to support it and to be there to give support to him and show our love for him. And that's how I got to be where I am today. I came to Winona State because I wanted to be a part of the world that would be a science education. I want to study at Winona University. I wanted to study biology as ecology and environmental biology. And I found that I took a particular interest in philosophy as well. Taking on all of these, I feel like I have a really good chance at affecting those certain research areas, and I can use them in transferring my knowledge to the rest of the people. If I can use what I know through what my uncle taught me about life and know everything that Stephen Hawking has taught about making things understandable to other people and being able to affect the world in such a positive way, then maybe I can do that when I go through school as well. I can do what I want to with either hydrology or maybe even a conservation scientist, and I can research a lot of things and study them and make a positive effect on the world. This doesn't only affect me, it affects all the people around me. I know that there's a lot of people in the world that need water, and that's exactly what a hydrologist would do. As we studied before, there's a lot of things, multicultural issues that are going on, and a hydrologist would have to go to a lot of different countries and deal with a lot of different people in order to help all the people that need water and all of the people that could probably do with a lot cleaner and better water. And conservation scientists would also do the same thing. They would have to go to different countries and find different places that need help keeping the environment there and not letting malls and shopping places take over the land so that we can at least have some fresh air to breathe that the plants in those areas would give us. And being able to do this would help my family, and it would help the people, as Stephen Hawking once said, it would be the universe that would help them. But a lot of people don't understand that even though there's a lot of things that could be done to change it, that there's a lot of issues that stand in the way. Not only is there the issue of a lot of people getting a lot of ailments, such as Stephen Hawking, but it's also whether or not they can have the moral strength to do it. A lot of things in life nowadays are filled with moral problems and ethical problems, but a lot of people don't understand that those are simply just the beginning. Stephen Hawking found a way to get past all of those and to use his knowledge and what he knows about the universe to help the world. And I feel like even though he had a difficult time getting past his medical problems and not being able to talk and inventing a computer that he can speak through without even having to move his mouth, which is an impressive feat in and of itself, then why can't I be a person that goes to another country and provides water for simply one family that hasn't had clean, safe, sanitary water for a long time? So I want to be able to be like Stephen and help simple, common people and to help everyone else understand that clean water and safe water is a good thing and a possible thing. And maybe even with all of that, I can help my family as well in many different ways, like my uncle has taught me about always smiling through life and being a happy person.